Joke, quote, and fact corner, using the target vocabulary pact, behemoth, and mania. Let's look at a joke, quote, and fact. First of all, look out for the word pact in this joke. Four good friends, a doctor, a lawyer, a professor, and a businessman, make a pact. When one dies, they agree, the others will lay $5,000 each on his coffin, so he'll have some spending money in his next life. One day, the professor passes away. At his funeral, the three friends each go up to the coffin and pay their respects. The doctor goes first and lays $5,000 in cash inside the casket. Next, the lawyer says goodbye, tearfully placing his $5,000 next to his old friend. Finally, the businessman approaches the coffin. He writes out a check for $15,000, lays it in the casket, and picks up the $10,000 in cash. This sneaky businessman decided to write a check instead of leaving cash to his friend. So he took the $10,000 in cash, and in place of it, he wrote out a check, which is actually useless. So he took the $10,000, left a check, and said, "Thank you very much." He got the money, and he didn't lose anything. So he was very clever in that sense. Now let's move on to the fact. The polar bear can't see as well as humans, but it can smell much better. This behemoth's sense of smell is around 100 times greater than a human's. Polar bears can track down an odor from 20 miles away. The polar bear is a behemoth. It's a huge animal, and its sense of smell is 100 times better than a human's sense of smell. So they can track down food from very, very far away, up to 20 miles away. So their sense of smell is very, very good. Now let's look at the quote. All the greatest men are maniacs. They are possessed by a mania, which drives them forward towards their goal. The great scientists, the philosophers, were all maniacs. Mania is as priceless as genius. Ian Fleming. Ian Fleming was the creator of the James Bond character, and in his opinion, mania is a very good thing. So he thought that all the great scientists, the great philosophers, and so on, all these great people had a mania. So they had extreme interest and extreme enthusiasm for their chosen subject. Now, sometimes we think of a mania as a crazy obsession, and he thinks this is what is needed to become a great. You need to be obsessed about your subject. You need to be crazy about it. So he equates mania with genius. He thinks one is as important as the other in becoming a great person. So that's the joke, quote, and fact. Now move on to the next lecture. Before you do, grab all the resources, the MP3s, the PDFs, and make sure you use them so you can master these 5 words. See you in the next lecture.